Okay, folks, hello. Let me raise my volume up. Hello, everybody. Let me see. How's the lighting here? Oh, much better. Hi, everybody. This is Yvette LaBoy from YvetteLaBoy.com. I know a lot of people on vacation and all that other stuff. But this is my last Lupus Live Chat of the year. And I wanted to do it today. I'm kind of short with time, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. So welcome, everybody. Basically, I'm going to speak a little bit about lupus. Oh, my eyes are itchy. And I'm going to make this quick. And please share this with folks who you think may get something from it. So basically, lupus is a chronic autoimmune inflammatory disease. I'm kind of losing light here. Where the immune system loses its ability to tell the difference between foreign substances, the antigens, and its own cells. So instead of protecting the body, it attacks its own cells, the tissues, organs, as if the body is allergic to itself. So the result of this is inflammation, injury to tissue, and pain. And there are different types of lupus out there. Hey, Keith, thank you for joining in. The definition of lupus, according to the Lupus Foundation of America, is lupus is a widespread and chronic, lifelong autoimmune disease. Hey, Phil, thank you for joining in. That for unknown reasons causes the immune system to attack the body's own tissue and organs, including the joints, kidneys, heart, brain, blood, skin, lungs. And there are different types of lupus. I'm just going to talk about each randomly. I'm not saying 1, 2, or 3 or anything like that, but discoid lupus, that is characterized by a rash in the face. Hey, Sarah, thank you for joining in. The rash on the face, it's called the butterfly rash. It's from here and it comes out this way, kind of like this. It's a rash. It also looks like the face of a wolf, and that's why they call it also the wolf bite. So you could also get that rash on your scalp, and it can result in permanent hair loss. When I was really sick with lupus, I did have hair loss back here, but there was no scarring, and I was able to get my hair back to grow. As you can see, my hair is really long now, and it looks really nice, thank God, knock on wood. So many doctors say that discoid lupus is not related to systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE. However, approximately 10 to 20% of those with discoid lupus do develop systemic lupus, and I was actually one of those people who developed systemic lupus. So the other type of lupus is subacute lupus. Subacute lupus, sorry. And that causes skin sores to the body when you're exposed to the sun. Hi, Paolo. Thank you for joining in. Also, neonatal lupus is rare, and it's found only in newborns of moms who have lupus. And usually as the months pass by, not months, but months, pass by, the symptoms go away from the child. And lupus is serious. No matter which type of lupus you get, it's a serious disease. Thank you for joining in, Forrest. Systemic lupus, SLE, okay, this is what they call systemic lupus erythematosus, is another type of lupus, and this is what I was diagnosed with. Approximately 70% of lupus cases are systemic, and that means it involves multiple organs and systems of the body. And it's about 50% of these cases, okay? In about 50% of these cases, it is predicted that a major organ will be affected. It is a chronic and very debilitating and potentially life-threatening form of lupus. And doctors say that it's incurable. However, that is not necessarily true. And I'm going to further talk about that before anybody jumps down my throat and say, what the hell are you talking about? I suffered with systemic lupus for about 16 years of my life. it attacked my heart. I have 2 stents implanted, one in the main artery and one in the RCA artery. And today I'm doing fantastic. They can't find the disease in my system. Amen. Thank God. So there are certain things that you can do to create a better life, to become healthier, you may not get the results that I got, but I tell you, you're sure as hell going to feel way better than what you do now. So many people with lupus have contacted me in the past, because of course this is the work that I do. I work with people who have lupus, about hair loss, them dealing with a condition of the heart because of the lupus, pleurisy concerns. Yet with I do tell them with proper measures, this can be often avoided or drastically minimized. I'm losing light, so I'm going to turn this light on. No, it looks horrible. Okay, this is a little bit better. Okay, much better. All right, like I was saying, so I've had people contact me before to ask me questions about lupus and what can they do to get the similar results that I had. So I would say incorporating a natural healing protocol would be your best defense at preventing a serious organ involvement before it gets worse. And if you do have systemic lupus erythematosus, I urge you. Hey Mario, how are you? I urge you to start right away. I'm not saying to get off the meds. I'm not saying that. Only your doctor can tell you that. What I am saying is that you should try to incorporate some natural healing protocols, okay? And I'm going to go over some of them right now for you folks. There's another type of lupus, and that's a drug-induced lupus. And that usually happens when you are prescribed certain types of... Hey, Freddie, how are you? Thank you for joining in. When you are prescribed certain types of drugs or antibiotics, it can actually cause you to have lupus symptoms. Hey, Tony, thank you for joining in. And those usually are drugs include the ones that they give you to treat high blood pressure. I think it's called hydralazine and procainamine, and those are used to treat, that one is used to treat irregular heart rhythms. Also, those symptoms that you get from those drugs are kind of related to lupus. It makes your body feel like it has systemic lupus. Hey, Tony. But once you get off of them, and this is commonly seen in older folks, you know, like if you're 25 years old, this isn't going to happen. It usually happens to people who are much older that have lupus. And the symptoms usually disappear once they get off of the drugs. And about 10% of lupus cases are drug-induced. So there's another type of lupus as well. And the last type, it usually combines one or more autoimmune disorders known as lupus overlap or overlap disease. And I've had several clients with lupus overlap disease. And for example, I'll explain it if you're not understanding what it means. It's, for example, if you have lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, or if you have fibromyalgia, Sjögren's syndrome, and lupus. These are all called lupus overlap diseases. They're all overlapping each other, but they will all be cause of the lupus. And this too can be a very serious issue, and a lot can be done though to reduce the inflammation process, which triggers flares that cause extreme fatigue, muscle pain, arthritis symptoms, or potential organ involvement such as atherosclerosis, which is the issue that I had, kidney dysfunction, lung involvement like pleurisy. So conventional medicine tries to suppress your immune system. Hey, Cindy, thank you for joining in. I haven't seen you in so long, Cindy. Hope all is well, and Happy New Year, and I hope you had a great Christmas. Anyway, conventional medicine tries to suppress the immune system. So, and as per doctors, there is no other way to heal, reverse autoimmune conditions. Hey, Jose Cruz, thank you for joining in. So, this is what the doctors are saying, and this is what they do. And this is what they know. They only know what they know. They only know what they were taught in medical school. I'm taking this off. Excuse me. They only know what they learned in medical school. So, they say there's no other way to heal, reverse, or treat an autoimmune condition. However, if you support the immune system and build up the body, and I don't mean going to the gym and building muscles. That's not the type of bodybuilding I'm talking about. I'm talking about nourishing the body, okay? Eating nutrient-dense foods. Whenever you eat a healthier diet, you are helping your body become healthier, okay? So by doing these things, you can help your body become healthier. Switching from a regular standard American diet to a autoimmune anti-inflammatory diet, or what was that? The autoimmune protocol diet. That is also good for people who have autoimmune diseases. And I have a video about that on my YouTube page, which is Yvette LeBoy. So you could go on that and listen to that. So one of the things that I recommend people to do is to heal the gut when you have an autoimmune disease, and I'm speaking also specifically about lupus. So some people say, well, why is it so important? Why do you think it is so important to heal the gut if you have an autoimmune condition? Hey, Laura, thank you for joining in. Any takers out there? Do you want to answer why is it so important to heal the gut if you have an autoimmune condition? Anybody? Okay, I'll let you know. 70, and I've said this before, 70 to 80% of our immune system is located in our gut. So the gut is the gateway to health. A lot of people, when they heal their gut, they see that they start feeling better. Absolutely, Laura, absolutely. That is where the immune system is. Absolutely, 70 to 80% of the immune system. Tony, because 70 to 80% of the immune system is in the gut. And a lot of times, if you go to natural practitioners or holistic doctors and stuff like that, they're going to, even traditional Chinese medicine doctors, they're going to tell you to look at the gut, because that is where the immune system lies. So if you're having a problem with your immune system, that is where you're going to check, right? It makes sense. So it is the gateway to health. Steroids like prednisone can also cause leaky gut as well as adrenal fatigue, especially if you just stop taking the medication instead of waning off of it. Oh, you're welcome, Laura. It's going to be recorded. I'm going to place it on my page, so you can watch it whenever you like, and I'm also going to upload it on my YouTube page, which is Yvette LeBoy. So if you can't stay on, that's fine. Thank you for coming on anyway, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you, and you have a great New Year, Laura. Tony, does bone broth help? Of course it does, and I'm going to talk about that in a few, and you've heard me speak about this before, Tony, and I'm going to go over that in a few minutes. But yes, bone broth does help to heal the gut. So like I was saying before, taking these medications, if you get off of them instead of waning off the steroid, that can cause you to have leaky gut and as well as adrenal fatigue. Also, taking too much ibuprofen can cause a leaky gut. Thank you, Laura. Can also cause a leaky gut and kidney complications, and stress can also cause a leaky gut as well. So what you want to do is clean up your diet. Like I briefly mentioned before, the food that you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. And really, it's unfortunate the way that we eat today. The foods that we're eating in the standard American diet, sad, is more poisonous to the body than healthy. And what I would recommend is do a Google search of integrative nutrition, the integrative nutrition food pyramid. Those are more or less the foods that you really should be eating. And if you could take it a step further and go online and pull up the anti-inflammatory food pyramid. Now, those are the foods that, if you have an autoimmune condition, that you should be eating. You should not be eating the standard American diet, because a lot of foods there are not good for people who have lupus or people who have autoimmune conditions. Okay? That being said, you want to get gluten out of your diet. or limit the amount of gluten you are consuming on a daily basis. And I know folks may think, well, why my ancestors ate gluten, my grandparents ate gluten, they didn't have a problem. And you're right, they didn't, but I explained to you why. The gluten we have today is different from the gluten our ancestors ate. The gluten of today is hybridized. It is processed differently from when our ancestors ate it. So it's completely different. And this is why it's affecting our gut. And also, with the diets that we're eating, we're already damaging our gut. So we probably already have damage to the gut. And then we're adding this on top of that. So it's like adding gasoline to the fire. And you know what happens when you add gasoline to the fire? You know, everything goes crazy. So you want to get gluten out of your diet, like I said, or at least limit the amount that you're eating. A lot of the gluten in the wheat today is, and I have a hard time pronouncing this word, so excuse me. Oh wait, I said the storage is food. Deaminated, which means removal of an amino group of the molecule. Okay, so also Roundup, which is an herbicide, is being sprayed on the wheat, and this can stimulate your immune system to react, and it's toxic. There's a toxic substance in it called glyphosate. Is a broad spectrum systemic herbicide, and it's also a crop, and they spray all this stuff on our crops and our foods, and you know, this kills weeds and bugs, you know. So what do you think it does to us? If it's killing the little weeds and the bugs, exactly what do you think it's doing to us as human beings? Anybody out there want to answer this? You want to take this question on? It's very simple. Anybody? Okay, I'm going to answer it for you. It does exactly what it does to the bugs and the weeds, except since we are humans and we're bigger than the bugs and the weeds, it takes longer for the effects. You know, if you eat foods like this all the time, and you wonder why you're sick or why you're feeling a certain way, you know, maybe you need to further explore what I'm speaking about. Anyway, research shows... Hey, Victoria, thank you for joining in. Excuse me. Research shows every time we have gluten, and I'm talking about people who have an autoimmune condition, it can stimulate your immune system for up to 3 months, even if you have a small amount. Okay? There are about 54 or 55 diseases, including the autoimmune conditions, that are linked to gluten sensitivities. So gluten in our system looks similar to our tissue, okay? So one of the theories behind lupus and other autoimmune conditions and gluten is what is called molecular mimicry, or mistaken identity. So molecular mimicry is it really is not a new concept. The simplest way to explain this process is as such. It's that the chemicals in the food are similar to the chemicals found in the body. For example, a gluten protein might be similar to a protein found in your cartilage. So if the body's immune system starts to react to the gluten protein, it can subsequently start reacting to the cartilage in your joints and because it resembles the gluten. Oh, thank you, Victoria. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being on. Thank you. So it resembles the gluten protein, like I was saying. So the molecules mimic each other, and the immune cells are fooled into attacking the body's cartilage. So when the body starts attacking itself, doctors call this an autoimmune disease. I like calling it an autoimmune condition. And another thing we need to know is to remove, we need to remove inflammatory foods. And one of those foods I would say is dairy. The casein in dairy can cause an autoimmune response. And we have to also eat pro-inflammatory foods, such as mucilaginous foods, organic fruits and vegetables, lean protein. You know, you want to eat a rainbow of nutrient-dense foods, healthy fats such as avocados, wild-caught fish, foods high in omega-3 fatty acids, and have bone broth every day to heal the gut. Also, we need to remove toxins from the home, such as there are certain cleaners that have toxic chemicals in it. And also the body products, a lot of the body products that we use, and I'm talking about those scented lotions. I'm not going to mention from which stores they come from, but you know which types of brand I'm talking about. And I used to use these a lot, and I love them. They smell great, but there's stuff in them. Hey, Corky, thank you for joining in. What's up, girl? Happy New Year. And I stopped using them when I found this out, because there's toxic chemicals in them, and when you put them in your body, they contain all these toxins, and your body is absorbing them. And if you have an autoimmune condition, you're just, again, adding fuel to the fire. Hey, William, thank you for joining in. And I don't want to sound like some crazy fanatic, you know, because sometimes people say to me, oh my God, you're so fanatical about this stuff. I'm not being a fanatic. I am a survivor. I was sick with an autoimmune condition and almost died from it. And I was able to reverse everything in my body, including the issue with my heart. Okay, so really, okay, all right, Tony. So I was able to reverse, you know, this condition. I'm much healthier now. I went back to school to study, and now I teach this to other people. I have private clients as well. I have groups that I work with as well on autoimmunity and stuff like that. So anyway, we got to get rid of these toxic products that we're using. You know, the lotions and this and that. I'm learning more about essential oils, and you could mix certain oils together to create these scent that you're buying in these body products, and put that on your body. Some of the essential oils out there's some that are really good and others that are not. I know for a fact, and I don't sell doTERRA, I know for a fact that doTERRA oils are really, really good. They're very good oils. So if you know anybody who sells doTERRA, I would reach out to them, you know, because those are really good oils to use, and you can do a lot of stuff with them. You can create cleaning products with essential oils. You can create body products with essential oils, and they're safe, and they're good, and they're all natural. And they're not going to cause you to have an autoimmune reaction if you have an autoimmune disease. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Corky. Hey, Vincent, thank you for joining in. Also, oh yeah, and a lot of these companies say that they test their products to see if they're toxic. FYI, the companies, okay, testing to prove their product is toxic is up to the manufacturer. So how hard do you really think they're working to prove that their stuff is toxic or not, right? They're not going to work that hard, please, because they want you to buy their products, you know? Everything's a business, right? Anyway, but it's not healthy for you. So like I said, look into the essential oils. Also, do a deworming protocol. Hey, Jeff, thank you for joining in. And that's a parasite protocol, deworming parasite protocol. I have a group that I do every spring. It's called deworming protocol. I'm on Facebook, so you can look me up in the spring. I'll be doing that. It's a free. I do a 21-day deworming and parasite protocol with people on social media. So if you're interested in that, you can hit me up in the spring, and I could put you in the group. Also, parabens and phytates, and those are in the body products you use every day. The scented body lotions, like I was talking about, that are toxic to the body, and using them on a daily basis. Oh, okay, cool, cool, Victoria. Using them on a daily basis, okay, can cause a burden on your body, on your immune system. It damages cells and overstimulates the immune system. And studies on parabens and phytalates show that they may be linked, okay, to cancer development. So there you go. And some people who suffer from lupus can get cancer. It's not a high number of that, but it is a possibility. Also, parabens are preservatives, okay? They're chemical preservatives that have been identified as estrogenic and disrupted to the normal hormone function. So, we don't want to put this in our body. Also, stress. Stress is huge with people who have autoimmune conditions. If you have high levels of stress, chances are you are going to have a flare-up, because it happens. It happened to me in the past. I remember when I was really sick, or even when I wasn't that sick, but the lupus was still active. Hey, Joe, thank you for joining in. And I was stressed, it would cause me to have a flare, and I would get really sick. I remember one time I was so stressed out over stuff, and I had such a bad flare, I ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks. So if you have an autoimmune condition, if you have lupus, really try to find ways, different types of techniques to reduce your stress-reducing techniques like meditation, prayer. I'm like, prayer. That's my my New York accent is coming out. Deep breathing. Tai Chi is excellent. Tai Chi is excellent to help reduce stress. Also, like I said, meditation, visualization. That's also good to help reduce stress. So, anyway, this is all I have to share today. I wanted to make a video on goals and writing down your goals for the new year, but I have one on my YouTube page. It's from a couple of years ago, but the concept is still the same for goal setting. And everybody and their mothers talking about goal setting now for the new year. So I figured I'd do a Lupus Live Chat, because I felt that would be more informative for my tribe out there, who are people who are suffering from autoimmune conditions and lupus. So if you like this video, share it with someone who may learn something from it. Give me a thumbs up and share it with other people. Sharing is caring. And if you think there's something here that they can learn from it, by all means share it, because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about informing people about the possibilities of they can create a better and healthier life. Also, follow me on YouTube. Like I said before, my YouTube page is Yvette LaBoy. I have tons of videos there on autoimmunity, on especially lupus, because everybody knows that's like my specialty. On Twitter, I'm Holistic Gal. On Instagram, I'm One Holistic Diva. On Facebook, I am Yvette LaBoy Coach. Right now, I'm on my personal page, but you can go to my business page, which is Yvette LaBoy Coach. And in the new year, I'm going to be creating cooking classes for people who have autoimmune diseases. People who have lupus, thyroid disease. I'm creating cooking classes for people who are suffering from autoimmune conditions, because I get a lot of people who will email me and say to me, Yvette, I don't know what the heck to cook. They're telling me I should watch my diet, but I don't know what to cook. What can you recommend? So I'm going to recommend that in the new year, you sign up for my cooking classes. I'm going to be doing them live, and I'm going to be doing them online as well. So as I'm doing them live, you're going to see me online doing them. So once I post that up, by all means, sign up for them. If you want to keep up to date to what I am doing, you can sign up for my newsletter at my website, which is YvetteLavoie.com. And when you sign up for my newsletter, you will get my free, my gluten-free ebook. Okay? Anyway, this is all I have to share. I wish you all, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all so much. And I just wish you all a fabulous new year filled with many, many blessings. Forget about 2017, what happened in 2017. Let's look forward to the new year. Don't drag the garbage from 2017 into the new year. We have 365 days to create new possibilities on all levels. Okay? So Happy New Year. And I will see you all in 2018. Take care. God bless. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining in. Bye.